Welcome back, St. Marians. Today we are having 10th class civics and the first chapter, which was going on the Union Parliament. In this series, we are going to discuss the today's topic, that is parliamentary procedures. So, what are parliamentary procedures? We will come to know all the activities which are held in the parliament or state assemblies are known as parliamentary procedures. Means all the bills which are being passed, all that discussion which is being held, all the activities which are being held in that parliament during the sessions are known as parliamentary procedures, or all the terms which are related with that parliament or how they are being used, that also the part of parliamentary procedures. So let's have a look on the second one, that is sessions. So what are sessions? Sessions are that sitting of parliament when members are meeting for that activity of the house. So usually the president calls the summon for each house twice in a year. Means minimum gap between the two sessions should be at least 6 months. But normally we are having three sessions in our parliament. First is budget session, which held in February and May. Second one is monsoon session, which held in July and August. And third one is winter session, which held in November and December. So once again, I would like to tell that maximum gap between the session will be 6 months. In case that gap exceeds more than 6 months, then we have to take the permission from the president, especially to extend the time period. Because even in the emergency, that it is scheduled in the Indian Constitution that election must held within 6 months, and if it is not possible, then election commission has to go to the president for a special permission to extend the time period. So the next topic we are going to discuss, that is quorum. What is quorum? Means a minimum number required to be present in order to enable the house transacts its business. So what does it mean here? The house transacts its business. It means that activities in the house, either the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, held when only 1/10 members are present in the house. For example, that if any bill is going to be passed, then quorum means at least 1/10. Means total strength of Lok Sabha is 545. So at least 55 members must be present in the house if any activity is going to be held. If they are not present, then we cannot conduct the activity of the house. House may adjourn by the speaker if that number of members are less than the quorum. So what is quorum? I think it is clear that minimum numbers of members required to conduct that business of the house is known as quorum. So no activity can be held in the house if we are not having the minimum members required for activity of the house or business of the house. In that case, a speaker may adjourn the houses for the next time. Next topic we are going to discuss, that is question hour. So question hour is very easy to understand. The first hour of every working day of the Lok Sabha is reserved for questions unless otherwise decided by the speaker. So usually we are having 1 hour for asking questions that starts from 11 to 12 p.m. So it may be extended by the speaker if he thinks so that it is the matter of public interest, so he can increase the time period. And one more thing, that a member of house may ask questions of public interest. But in question hour, the question should be mentioned in the house before. Means randomly we cannot ask the question in question hour. So members has to inform whatever they are willing to know from the government in the question hour. So question hour is that time period of first hour in that working day of Lok Sabha, which starts from 11 a.m. and question hour because that member of the house can ask the question from the government and they have to inform prior to the parliament for asking the questions in the question hour. So next topic, which kind of questions are asked in the question hour? First one is starred question, second one unstarred question, and third one is short notice question. So starred questions are those questions which members are wished to have an oral answer on the floor of the house. Such questions are indicated by an asterisk mark. Asterisk mark means star mark is there, and supplementary questions may be asked after the replies of such questions are given by the ministers. So start questions are those questions, it is very clear, which member is willing to ask from the minister. So if we are willing to have some supplementary question, first they will answer that start question, then only it may be asked by the minister. Next one is unstarred questions. Those questions are considered as supplementary questions, so which answer are given in written form, and there can be asked thereon, means after the start questions we can ask the unstarred questions, and written answer may be given also of unstarred questions by the parliament. And next one is short notice question. So if a matter of urgent importance such as question asked with a notice of shorter than 10 days. So usually if we are willing to ask the question in question hour, we have to give the notice of 10 days. But if any urgent matter is there, urgent need is required, then we can ask short notice question less than 10 days. But all these questions should be informed to the house. So this is that important thing, that all that questions are well informed before to the parliament if we are going to ask the questions in the question hour. Next topic is 0 hour. So 0 hour is something different from question hour. It starts at 12 o'clock in the noon, and in this we can ask any question of public importance without informing previously to the house. So what does it mean? It means that presiding officer which controls the house can give the permission to the discussion or that any question of public interest which has not been informed to the house before. So means we can ask the question, a member can raise the question, all type of question without permission of the prior notice. Means they are not informing to the house before, but they can ask the question in the 0 hour. It is a 1 hour time from 12 to 1 o'clock, and it may be extended by the speaker if he thinks so that question of public importance are remaining. So according to the importance of the questions, it may be extended more than 1 hour. So the next topic which we are going to discuss, that is adjournment motion. So adjournment motion is bring in the house by the speaker of the house. So speaker of the house is having one power that he can decide that matter is urgent or not urgent. So we can go through first. Adjournment motion means the proposal to lay aside all the business and take up the definite matter of urgent importance. So I will give you an example, it will be clear. Suppose that house is going on continuously, and suddenly the death of former prime minister held, or any important civil servant which was working from long time, and any matter of great importance for country is held, then a speaker is having the right to keep that matter aside of the house, and he can take that he can take in knowledge that which matter is important. So he can adjourn in case of death of any former prime minister or former president. So he can adjourn the house for next day or particular time period. So it is in the hand of speaker. So adjournment motions are generally allowed the subjects such as railway accident, in which that many people are having death casualty. So And one more thing, natural calamity means suddenly the earthquake comes in the country, so house may adjourned by the speaker. Some tornado, some communal tension also means in case of communal lights also the house may be adjourned. So adjournment of the house is totally on the knowledge or on the matter of speaker. Speaker decides that house to be adjourned or not. Whatever that public importance matter is going on in the house, that may be keep aside, lay aside, and he can use his prudence, and he can advise, or he can work according to his prudence, that a house should be adjourned on the same or on the same matter we should discuss. So it depends totally on the speaker. Next topic we are going to discuss, that is no confidence motion. So what is no confidence motion? No confidence motion is a proposal expressing lack of confidence in the ministry. So while opposition thinks so that ruling party is not having the majority in the house, so they can go for no confidence motion. So council of minister are responsible for that all the work which they are doing in the form of government. So if any question is there in the mind of opposition that this is not according to the constitution of India, so they can go for no confidence motion if they are having minimum 50 members for bringing the proposal in the house. So they can keep the proposal of no confidence in the house. What does it mean? It means that opposition thinks so that ruling party is not having majority in their hand. So they are bringing that motion in the house, and speaker allows that you can have that discussion. So after discussion, voting is there, and after voting, if they think so that vote government is having less members than majority, so the government has to resign, or prime minister has to resign with its cabinet. So after debate, conclusion is taken, and voting is there, and if that no confidence motion is passed, then government has to resign. The opposition of that no confidence motion is confidence motion. So that may be bring by ruling party, and they have to prove their numbers in the house, that is known as confidence motion. So confidence motion is brought by the ruling party, and no confidence motion is brought by the opposition. So what is the difference? If no confidence motion approved or passed in the house, it means that government has to resign. And if confidence motion fails in the house, then also ruling party or that prime minister has to resign. So confidence motion brought by ruling party, and no confidence motion brought by opposition. Next topic we are going to discuss, that is adjournment and prorogation of the house. What is difference between adjournment and prorogation of the house? It is very simple. Means president is having right to prorogue the session or to summon the session. So what is prorogue and summon the session? Prorogation of the house means is president can postpone the activity of the house for uncertain time. That is known as prorogation of the house. And what is summon of the house? President can call the meeting of the both houses any time if he thinks so that it is compulsory, or it is the need of the time, or matter of public importance are there for discussion. So adjournment motion is entirely different from prorogation and summon of the session, because adjournment motion is in the hand of speaker of the house, either the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. So what is adjournment motion? If a speaker thinks so that any matter of public interest is there, so he can postpone the activity of the house for particular time period. So while speaker is adjourning the house, he is giving the time when we will be back, when we will back with the activities of the house. But when we are prorogating that session, it means that it is uncertain time. It depends on the president when the session will be summoned by the president. So keep it in mind that prorogation and summon is done by the president Prorogation means dismissal of the session for uncertain time, and summon of the session means calling of that session uh, of the house for meeting. Urgent meeting may be there if need is required. And adjournment means any procedure or any topic which is being discussed in the house can be kept aside by the speaker and can be taken by the important matter of public importance, such as natural calamity, such as the death of any former president or prime minister, or such as earthquakes, tornado. So in that matter he can keep that which matter going on in the house aside, and he can discuss about that present public importance matter. So he can adjourn in the case of natural calamity. He can adjourn the house in case of natural calamity, in case of sudden death of any uh, prime minister or president. So these were the topics, important procedures of parliament. Now we are going to discuss about next topic in next video.